Sword and Shield booster boxes are currently the safest investment right now in the entire Pokemon space. This is as of July 2025. Currently, we are seeing a market that is extremely hot. We're not really seeing a slowdown at all. We're seeing new sets like Destined Rivals hit new all-time highs on their booster boxes and even all-time highs on their singles as well, right? We're seeing these new sets, the mega sets, black and white, not slow down at all, right? These are still very, very hot sets out the gate. So a lot of people don't know where to park their money if they can't get these new sets at retail price, right? They don't want to pay, 2x for a set that just came out. They don't know where to put their money. Right now, Sword and Shield is still very undervalued in my opinion, and it's a safe place to park your money if you want to currently invest in the market. Sword and Shield is out of print. It's been out of print for quite a while now, for almost a year, and we know that these are great sets with great artwork, with great Pokemon, and these are sets that are going to be beloved years and years down the line, and they're still at very reasonable prices, especially compared to the prices of Scarlet and Violet booster boxes, right? Let's take a look at some of the booster boxes in the Sword and Shield era, and you'll kind of see just how cheap some of these are, right? We have Silver Tempest at $360, right? That is less than Paldea Evolved, right? Paldea Evolved, in my opinion, obviously it's one of the best Scarlet and Violet sets, but we have Silver Tempest, a set that has so many good chases, 3 Lugias, a Rayquaza, Blazikins, but that set is less than Paldea Evolved, which it's still a great set with a Magikarp, but, a lot of the other Pokemon are less desirable. Obviously, you can argue which set is better, but Silver Tempest, with the age and with the popular Pokemon in this set, I just don't see why it's below something like Paldea Evolved. Same thing with Astral Radiance, right? I think 385 is pretty undervalued. Chilling Reign at 400 is very undervalued. Brilliant Stars at 400, right? You have Lost Origin at 497, below $500 for a Lost Origin booster box is extremely undervalued. Even Fusion Strike at 720, and of course Evolving Skies at 2000. I think all of these are great investments at the current market price, and I'm also going to be ranking these Sword and Shield booster boxes in terms of investments at today's current market price. So without further ado, let's get into the first one, which is going to be Evolving Skies. Now, Evolving Skies, right, of course it is one of the most popular sets of all time. It's one of the greatest sets of all time. I'm not going to go too much into it, right? All of you guys know how great Evolving Skies is and how generational of a set this is. It has 5, 10, 15, probably, at least 15 cards that are super, super ultra desirable. It has one of the greatest modern chases of all time, has one of the greatest secondary chases of all time. It has a majority of the Eeveelutions. This set has something for everyone, right? If you like dragons, it has dragons. If you like Eeveelutions, it has Eeveelutions. Total set value is 5,000, which is insane, right? A lot of vintage sets don't even hit this total set value until they're 10, 20 years out of print. So this set is absolutely insane. I think $2,000 is quite cheap for Evolving Skies. Where is it? Right here. The supply is dwindling, right? There's really not too much supply on the market currently. I don't even think you can pick this up for $2,000. Yeah, lowest right now is $2,199. So there is very little supply of Evolving Skies left currently on the open market. Okay, now going into number 2, the number 2 best booster box to buy at today's price is going to be Lost Origin. Lost Origin is very underrated in my opinion. Its total set value is very, very decent at 1,123. So a really great total set value that's only behind Fusion, Crown Zenith, and Evolving Skies. And then look at the hits, right? Look at the top hits for Lost Origin. You have Giratina. This is the first popular Shinji Kanda artwork, and I think that's going to do it wonders in the future when people look back at things like the Magikarp, things like maybe the Seismitoad from Black Bull White Flare, and then they think of, oh, what was like the first OG Shinji Kanda artwork? Oh yeah, it's the Giratina V. That alone I think is going to carry Lost Origin to a lot of great heights. And then you have great secondary chases like the Aerodactyl V. This I still think is one of the greatest artworks of any modern card, right? I just love artworks that have multiple Pokemon in it and have a great scenery, and this definitely checks all the boxes. And then you have very popular Gen 1 Pokemon like Pikachu, right? You have Pikachu VMAX, you have Pikachu V, And then you have the Sleeping Pikachu right here. So you have great Pikachu artwork cards. You have more Gen 1 Pokemon like Gengar. You have this Mew VMAX, these gold cards. I think these are actually done very well, and I think they're better than the current gold cards that we have today. And then we have, of course, Charizard, right? I think this Charizard is a very unique artwork as well. So you have so many desirable Pokemon in Lost Origin, and you have these top chases. So it's a very deep set, and it has a top chase card. So that's why I think Lost Origin is extremely undervalued. Only $500 a booster box. Going into number 3 is going to be Brilliant Stars, right? Brilliant Stars has been underrated for quite some time now. This Charizard is extremely underrated. It has Eeveelutions, it has Mimikyus, it has Arceus, it has everything, right? This is a set that has a lot of depth, and it's currently extremely undervalued. That's why I think $400 for a Brilliant Stars booster box came out at the beginning of 2022, so it's already 3 years old. And a lot of sets, when they hit that 4, 5, 6 year mark, they start going parabolic, right? Think of something like Unbroken Bonds, think of Unified Minds, right? Those booster boxes were sitting in the $500 to $600 range for so long until recently, when they shot up all the way to 2,000 plus. The same thing is going to happen to Brilliant Stars, to Lost Origin, to Fusion Strike, to Astral Radiance even, right? These sets are going to go parabolic in a couple of years, right? I would say in less than 3 years, most of these sets are going to be easily over 1,000 to 1,500. I could even see something like Lost Origin, Fusion Strike being 2K plus in 3 to 4 years, right? I know that sounds pretty insane, but trust me, whenever we get that next boom, right? Whenever this current market cycle ends, this bull run ends, we have 1 or 2 years of lackluster performance in Pokemon, and then the next bull run happens, we're going to see Sword and Shield do exactly what Sun and Moon is doing right now. And that is go to $1,000 to $2,000 plus a booster box. Now, Brilliant Stars, definitely very underrated, very undervalued right now. Next that I want to talk about is going to be Silver Tempest. Now, Silver Tempest at number 4, obviously it's not as good of a set, not as deep of a set as some of these other ones before it, but at the current price point of $360, I think it is one of the best buys currently, right? $360 for a Lugia set is kind of absurd, and I currently think that the Silver Tempest Lugia is probably one of the best Lugia cards of all time, right? This card got a lot of slack when it first came out. People didn't really like the artwork, but I think it's grown on a lot of people, and it's going to be very iconic in the future. I honestly think this Lugia V is a top 4 artwork card of Sword and Shield, and I think the value is going to reflect that very soon. We really don't see too many Lugia chases. We had the one from Lost Thunder a couple of years ago in Sun and Moon, and then before that it was the Ancient Origins Lugia full art. But we've never had really an alternate art Lugia. This is the first alternate art Lugia, basically ever, right? We never really had one before. We never really had too many Lugia V secret rares other than the rainbow rares from Lost Thunder. So this is one of the best Lugia sets ever, and I think the price is going to reflect that. $360. Would you rather have Silver Tempest or Paldea Evolved? Personally, I would rather have Silver Tempest, especially when they're both the same price and Silver Tempest is older. And it has a Rayquaza, guys. It has Rayquaza, 2 Rayquazas. It has 2 Blazikins. It has, the All Art Lugia, and it has a Rainbow Lugia if you're into that, and it has a Gold Lugia if you're into that, and it has a Full Art Lugia, right? This set has 4 Lugias, and then if you include the regular Lugia, then that's 5 Lugias. So many Lugias in this set. It is honestly a pretty deep set too, right? It has the Blazikins, it has the Unknowns, right? This gives a lot of Neo vibes. It has Superior. It has a decent amount of depth, so 360 is a no-brainer for me. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike, in my opinion, is slightly overrated. Now, don't take that negatively. I still think Fusion Strike is a great set, but in terms of depth, it just doesn't have too much depth, right? So Fusion Strike, of course, Gengar sets, Espeon, Mew, Celebi, right? These top 5 chases are all amazing, absolute S plus tier chases. But then when you get to the second row, there's not too much going on, right? You have the Rainbow Mew, right? It's all right. Inteleon, it's a Sword and Shield Pokemon, not the most popular Pokemon. And then you have Genesect, You have regular Gengar VMAX, you have the Mew full arts, and then when you get to the third row, there's really not much going on, right? You kind of lose a lot of steam after the first 10 cards, really after the first 5 cards. So the depth in Fusion Strike is not as good as some other sets, but it is carried very hard by this Gengar. I would say this Espeon is actually the thing that stands out for Fusion Strike. If Fusion Strike didn't have this Espeon, I would rank Lost Origin higher than Fusion Strike. But it's because this Espeon VMAX is better than the Aerodactyl from Lost Origin that I think Fusion Strike is a better set overall. But at today's current price point of $720, that is slightly too high in my opinion, right? I would rather buy Silver Tempest at $360 versus Fusion Strike at $720, right? You can pick up 2 Fusion Strike booster boxes for the price of one, or 2 Silver Tempest booster boxes for the price of 1 Fusion Strike. I would do that over just doing 1 Fusion Strike, but it's still a great pickup. If you can find it under $700, or maybe just around that $700 range, so get like 10% off, 5 to 10% off the booster box price, the market price, I would 100% buy Fusion Strike. But currently, I'm not in a rush to pick it up. Now, lastly, we're going to look at Chilling Reign, right? These are the top 6 booster boxes that I currently would pick up. Now, Chilling Reign is last, not because it's a bad set. I think it's a great set, actually. It has, this Blaziken, which is, I would say it's pretty iconic, honestly. Not everyone's a fan of the artwork, but I think it's very unique. It reminds me of something like the Bubble Mew, right? Bubble Mew has very unique artwork, and it wasn't really liked at first, but it's become more iconic as people have appreciated the artwork. But Blaziken, I think, can have that same thing happen to it. Of course, it's a less popular Pokemon than Bubble Mew, so that's why it's kind of getting a little bit of hate. But then you have Galarian Moltres. This is still one of the best artworks. This was the top chase card when Chilling Reign came out. And you have a lot of depth, right? You have the Slowking, you have the Ice Rider, the Shadow Rider, and the Ice Rider Calyrex. You have a lot of depth in this Pokemon set. So it's one of the deepest Pokemon sets, and that's why it reflects in the total set value, right? $1,546 for total set value. That's greater than Fusion Strike. So that makes Chilling Reign, right? If we just go off of total set value, it should be the second highest booster box price, right? It should be valued at around $800, but it's not. And the reason it's not is because these Pokemon just aren't popular enough to carry the entire set, right? It doesn't have that. Of course, Blaziken is, a top chase by its value, but in terms of desirability, right? I would say more people desire and want the Lugia V from Silver Tempest versus the Blaziken VMAX from Chilling Reign. And that's just the fact, right? That's just the fact of the matter. Do I think Chilling Reign can do well in the future? Yes, right? I think even at $400, I think is a great pickup for Chilling Reign. Me personally, I would rather have booster boxes of sets that I know 100% people desire right now versus taking a gamble and hoping that people are going to really, really, really like this Blaziken and Moltres and Calyrex and Slowking in the future. Even though the total set value is high, I'm kind of betting that these cards are going to gain more desirability in the future versus knowing that things like this Umbreon, things like Gengar and Giratina and Pikachu, these Pokemon are currently popular, and knowing that they're popular, so that's kind of like an insurance that is built up. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what booster boxes you're currently buying right now. Currently, I'm still trying to pick up an Evolving Skies booster box and some more Lost Origin. And yeah, so let me know in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.